Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's your boy Q Mo. We can't see you. Got the sun glare right there. Welcome to MTG Live. Today's date is May the 31st, 2025.
Oh my.
Tomorrow is June the 1st. We almost in June. I got my boy Hendrix right there.
There we
I
go.
got my girl Mo Swag over there in the other corner. Mo, I don't know what's going on with you, but can't nobody see you with that glare in your camera like that. I'm gonna need you to fix that. So
18 more
yeah.
days until Juneteenth,
Uh,
Reggie. Reggie,
ooh.
18 more days until Juneteenth.
Did you just do
Mm-hmm.
that on camera?
Look, it's my hair. It's mine. I
It's
didn't have
all
to pay
you.
for it. I didn't have to pay for it. I ain't got no receipt for it. It's mine. Growing out my hair. Hey.
Good morning, Mo. You was
Man,
missed
this
on last week.
really? This one lady's like, you should do your hair better. I said, oh, you should do your husband better in my head because I'm trying to be better.
Oh, I have to say, please don't tell me you said that out loud, Mo.
I'm not saying I'm not talking out loud. Even when that lady was trying to bully me and she was fat and flabby and trying to be a mean girl, and Reggie, I said, pick a struggle or pick a girdle.
A struggle or a girdle.
My sugar was low, 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 low. Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, sis, good morning. Thank you again so much for joining. We appreciate you guys on this morning. Do us a favor. You already know what it is. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. This conversation are our opinions and for your entertainment only. Do us a favor and be 21 and up to talk to us, interact with us in any kind of way. Listen, real quick, we're gonna start off with the announcements real quick, like we at the church house
Mm-hmm.
on tomorrow night, tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock p.m. The Devil and His Advocate. We will be taking the stage on tomorrow. Um, um, it's Big E's fault, Ernest's fault, or whatever to have the Devil and His Advocate on a Sunday. But you know what? I'm down for it. I mean, I don't mind, being a little sacrilegious. Mo know that too, So yeah, we're gonna be on the wire tomorrow, 6 o'clock tomorrow. So set your calendars and stuff like that. If you guys get the link and stuff, go ahead and jump on and join us. So we're gonna be talking about tomorrow. I forgot what was gonna call it, but we got some shit to talk about. Ernie, he's on a rant, and I'm gonna let him rant. That's all I got to say about that. And that's all we got. Our summer break is coming up in July, everybody. So just be on mindful that, and from July to the second week of August, we take off 6 weeks. For the summer, we've done it since we started the show, and when we come back, we'll be working on season 9. So you guys get your shit ready because that's what we're gonna do. Real quick, Mo, Reggie, it's been like 3 weeks since we all been together. What's up in y'all world? What's going on? Y'all catch the
Um,
people up. They've been asking about you.
Look, all I gotta say is keep your family close because you never know when it's gonna be your last time with
That's right.
them.
That's
And
right.
nobody' opinion of you matters except your own. And stop comparing yourself to everybody else. Run your own race.
And that is why I
That's
have my
all I
hat on
got
my
to say.
head. That's enough. That's enough. You got so many people out here who trying to compare themselves where they don't compete and trying to be social media. I'll be like,
Look,
Yeah,
and,
you
and,
got
and
people out
just
here trying to
just
be everything but themselves. That's crazy.
let's just be clear.
Yeah.
And some people gonna hate me for this, but I gotta say,
What you got?
if you was really a 9 or a 10, you have a modeling contract and not on social media. If you was really a 9 or a 10, um, you wouldn't have multiple baby daddies. If you was really a 9 or a 10, we wouldn't be able to see your most of your body on social media.
Okay, so where is this coming from?
You know what? You know what?
Oh
I'm gonna say it
God.
like I'm gonna say this because everybody always teases me about being a deacon and preaching and all of this stuff. Yeah. Um, sometimes you just gotta let the word go. So if it's coming, say it. Look, don't knock the messenger because you're gonna miss the message.
Mm.
That's all I got. That's it. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now.
So if you was really a 9 or 10, you would have a modeling contract.
Mo dipped out on that one.
I think she got stuck. I think she got
Oh,
stuck. I was gonna ask her, can she do something different with that hat? Cause she giving me stud vibes right now. And so I'm gonna need her to change that up a little bit. This shit is starting to scare me. I think I'm looking at Queen Latifah as one set it off. We need to change that shit up right now. I'm starting to get nervous. Now if I'm, we're gonna have to fix that. We have to fix that when she bring her butt back on. I think she got stuck. Or whatever. But I hear you, bro. I hear you. I just think that some people need to just relax and take a chill pill, tone it down a little bit, because if you all that in a bag of chips, then you own the name Lays. You know,
here's the other thing.
I'm with you on that. Um,
Here's the other thing. If you're a 9 or 10, you wouldn't be single.
mm, Mo,
You heard that, Mo?
Woo! I, woo, 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 woo. Not only did I hear it, I hollered and I co-signed.
we didn't hear you co-sign, Mo. But what you say?
No, no, he's right. He's right. If you are 9 and 10, men are trying to scoop you up to marry you because you are the trophy wife.
You are scaring me right now, okay? Mo, you are starting to scare me, man.
Leave Mo alone.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Oh, help me, Jesus.
It's those peoples that are threes, fours, and negative twos that are going around.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then here's the thing, Mo. This is what's gonna really get you. Now, people gonna see this and hear this, and then I'm gonna be the bad guy for telling you the truth. I'm gonna be sassy. Why don't you just date men? Y'all toxic females, your playbook is it's good. And if you one of the females asking where the good men, you ain't a good woman.
Speak, speak, speak.
I'm giving it to you because it's coming from my heart, and I gotta let it go because I've been frustrated. I've been holding on to this stuff for such a long time, and we ain't talking about relationships no more.
No,
Because look here, you. I'm trying not to. I'm trying
cuss.
to
Yeah,
watch
that's right.
my words because
That's
what
right.
I want to say I almost slipped out. Look here, if you females were such a
Mhm.
catch, you wouldn't be single.
Point blank and the period.
There's something about you because again, I've said this time and time again. And Mo, you one of the women you can vouch for it. Outside of being 6 feet tall, you gotta let me. I don't have that one. I ain't nothing I can do about that one. But every other thing that these females want, I check the boxes, and you
But
don't
see,
show up on my radar.
but see, that's just it. I tell those women all the time, y'all want somebody 6 feet tall and y'all 6 feet wide. What the heck is wrong with y'all? Y'all want somebody to make six figures. If six figures, somebody making six figures is your goal, you got a low, low, low goal. Cause everybody makes six figures.
Well, Mo, actually, with black men, only like only 13 to 15% of black men make 6 figures
Well,
that
I
are
I
single.
I don't know the 16%. I only know the 13 to 15%, baby. Cause you know why? Cause you hang around folk like you. You hang around folk like you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I tell these girls that I want somebody 6 feet tall, you 6 feet wide. I want somebody with advanced degree, you ain't got no GED. Girl, go somewhere. The only thing you can do is hang on a pole, and as big as some of them are, the pole gonna start bending. So I don't understand why they worried about how somebody else look, and they ain't looked in their mirror. Clearly they haven't, because they're going around here outside with their pants unzipped because they can't zip them up and thinking showing them bellies is attractive. Now, what you need to do is put a girdle, smooth that out. Stop going into the Dominican Republic uh, with the food stamp money that you done sold and gotten them booties that you got to go get back. Or why don't you do this? Instead of worried about them Peruvian bundles and all them weaves, why don't you go to the dentist and the orthodontist in that order? Why don't you do something to that grill? You trying to put all that makeup on and all that hair, and as soon as you smile, you missing. I'm seeing all them faux teeth in the back. It don't make no sense. It's just basic courtesy. And then I go out in public and have to see that, and my stomach is tossing and turning. And I'm 100 years old and got all my teeth. It don't make no sense.
What
I'm
women
sorry.
Mo walking around here
My,
looking? Women Mo walking around here with red bottoms on, and your teeth are black.
right, right, and missing. That's right. Red bottoms. Yeah, because the men who you were with don't care because they like people with gums. I'm gonna leave it like that.
You know what? You know.
Now,
Listen,
with
everybody.
all this
Thank.
being said,
I,
with all
I
this
Yes.
being
I'm enjoying this. Y'all go ahead. I'm enjoying
look,
this.
with all this being said, I'm gonna be the bad guy.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna be the bad guy. But here's the thing. If you are auditing yourself, you're always going to have a favorable outcome.
Absolutely.
But again,
What auditing yourself? Explain, because they don't
yeah,
get
so
it.
if you're auditing yourself, you're always going for your shortcomings, you're always going to make excuses for them. And you'll have justifications for them. But the real judgment of you as an individual, and this goes for man or woman, is your past. Your past is your judgment. So if you have to hide portions or lie about portions of your past, you got to take off a couple points. Again, you've had your hot girl summers, and now you ready to settle down. Yeah, you got to take off another 3-4 points for that. So most of y'all that's thinking y'all tens are really fives and sixes. Period. In the story.
Well, let me say this. I just want everybody to be happy, 0 to 10, wherever you fit. That's can y'all be happy in your lane? You know, just stay happy in your lane. You know, and Mo, it's so good to see you. That's what I'm gonna say. Y'all, real quick, before we move on, I have a video that I want to show y'all in just a second. It's a TikTok clip. I want y'all opinions on this. It's about a woman. It's a
Oh
skit.
Lord.
It's not bad, Mo. I think you're gonna like this one, Mo. I think you're gonna like this one. But
Make
I
sure you
want to
put the audio on.
the audio gonna be on. I already got it queued up. It's ready to go. I'm telling you,
Okay.
I got y'all together. I got it together today.
We,
But I just want
we'll
I want to
see.
do
We'll see. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give a quick shout out real quick to the Uplift Preparatory Center. The 8th grade class graduated on yesterday. My little niece, Amani Finn. I just want to say, very good job, niece. She graduated in the top 10 of her 8th grade class. She was their homecoming queen, and she was the mistress of ceremony yesterday. On yesterday, and she had an actual speech because she was the homecoming queen. She actually gave them an eloquent speech. Good job. Uncle is so proud of you. She graduated with an A+ average. I am so excited for her. She will be attending the Duncanville High School. Duncanville. So she's going to be a Panther, and she's going for track. And Duncanville has one of the best girl track teams in the state. And so she's being looked at, and I'm proud of her. And Uncle was so inspired by your speech on yesterday, and good job. And so I just want to say to all the graduates, 2025 graduates, congratulations. Continue to move forward in your education, whether you're graduating high school or college. Continue to push forward and do us a favor. And some of y'all prove some of us wrong because we still a little nervous about the generations to come. And so, congratulations to all the graduates. I know
Hey,
Kim.
just remember, Q, the principal at Duncanville went to school with us.
I
Is it a
know
female
this.
or a male? Is it a male or female?
Male.
It's a male.
Okay, good. Well, he didn't have sex with him, so that's good.
Yeah. So remember, the principal at Duncanville went to school with us.
So yes, congratulations to all the graduates. It's graduation season. Congratulations to all of y'all. But real quick, let's go ahead and get started with the show. It's gonna be light today. We don't have a lot to talk about. So here's my little video. I'm queuing it up right now, Mo. I got it ready, Mo. I got it ready. I'm doing it right this time. I got it ready, Mo. My audio is on, Reggie. All right, y'all check this out. Check this video out with me.
Yeah.
How much money you done made today?
No, I just woke up. It's 1 o'clock.
Okay, and that's a problem. What class did you take today?
I didn't take a class. I'm putting in applications today. Today was my day off.
Your day off.
Yeah.
It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I've done since I woke up this morning? I cooked dinner.
You cooked dinner.
That's right. Don't touch it, because a man that don't work should eat. I cooked dinner. I've actually sent out over 5,000 emails, and I already made $2,700 while you were sleeping. You slept till 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock.
I had the guys over last night. It was up.
Well,
late.
that is the problem. The guys probably should have told them to go home, because you sleeping like you rich, but you broke. You broke. There's no excuse why you shouldn't be working right now or taking a class.
I got a part-time job right now. I was gonna put in more applications today.
Part-time. What you doing working part-time? You're a young man. When I was your age, I had 3 jobs as a girl. You working part-time? Part-time. And you living in a day of AI, where you can be at home with 3 jobs with AI. You got technology to help you. We didn't have that when we were younger. You have no excuse to be sleeping till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Listen, you my son, but guess what we raising? We raising somebody's future husband. Somebody's gonna call you daddy one day, son. And they expect you to get up and make it happen. You can't just depend on your wife to do it. No, you're gonna be the head of the household. You're gonna be a leader. Blake!
Yeah.
Blake!
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Mama is schooling her kid, or whatever the case it is. He was asleep till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mama's like, look, hey, what you doing sleep? I done made money while you sleep. I done cooked dinner. I done did everything I need to do. You sleep to 1 o'clock. Mo, what you think about this video, Mo? What you think?
I'm thinking that if she has to have this conversation at that age, she wasn't doing no raising earlier.
So, Mo, is that all you got? Because I don't want to step on your toes, lady.
No, I got more. Hey, Reg, you know how when you're shaking your leg because you're hotter than fish grease?
Yes.
I'm shaking my
I'm
leg.
doing the same thing.
You go ahead. You go ahead and take it. You go ahead and take it over, because now I'm gonna start singing to him. Oh Lord.
Number one,
I'm just listening.
I will concur with Mo that it's a little too late.
A little too late.
So also, if you're having this conversation, and this guy had the fellas over to 1 o'clock, I'm assuming that he's over the age of 18. What this leads me to believe is that you are a single mother, and you have all this built up frustration that you're taking out on your son because you did not do your job when he was growing up. So I'm trying to figure out where his father at, because these are conversations that should have happened when he was like 10, 11, 12. Where the father at? So if you angry at anybody, you need to be angry at yourself, because you are the problem. Your son is the end result and you don't like it, So you're taking the frustration out on him, but at the end of the day, you are the problem as that female in that video. Now, you had a ring on your left hand, but in my head, I'm thinking you wearing that just as costume jewelry, because that kind of argumentative stance right when a guy wakes up, that's a no-no. He's going to shut down. He's not going to pay attention to you. So again, this leads me to believe that you are a single woman and that man, that's his father, was not around. Because if you were a wife, there's no way you would approach a man as soon as he wake up with that kind of attitude.
And I
So
can't believe somebody. I just can't believe nobody sleeps until 1 p.m. in my house.
again, Mo,
You
she's
can
at
take,
fault.
yeah, you can take
She's
a
at
nap.
fault.
You can take a
Yeah.
nap. Reggie, you be so proud of that 10-year-old. She said, after my college, because she knows she had college fund. After we pay for college, what do we do with the remaining amount of money? Because she want a car. I don't know. I said, we're gonna put as a down payment on your house, your first house. Here she go. Oh, I thought I was gonna
Yeah.
get a pink. I thought I was gonna get a pink car. No, because you can't resell a pink car, but you'll be all right, Barbie.
Yeah. But here's the other
You
thing.
start at 10. You start at 8. You don't start at 18 when the boy wake up at 1 p.m. First of all, he shouldn't have been in your house. I don't understand people. I'm just old.
No, here's the thing. And this is the thing. And this is what people don't understand. See, y'all want to kick a kid out at 18 because they turned 18, but you haven't prepared them for the world. You haven't prepared them. What is there if he don't have a job? That means he don't have a savings account. He don't have a checking account. He don't have any money of his own.
Reggie, they
And you
kicking
want
him
to
out
kick
at
him out to the
18.
world.
No, baby, they keep keeping him. They're kicking him out at 18 because the check stopped.
Semantics. But again, you feeling that pressure. Again, this is what leads me to believe that she's a single woman and she's been a single mother for a long time. Because
You know
that
what?
aggression,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Even if she's married, she's probably single, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because here's the thing. And this is what I need you females to understand about a woman. A woman can have a soft voice and make mountains move. A woman can speak softly and change the freaking world. She don't have to raise her voice. She can manipulate her words to make her man or her children do whatever she needs to. But again,
or
this is
other men, or other men and other children.
Again, everybody talk. I'm gonna tell you like this. I had a couple guys that went to high school with us that ended up working with my mom. They was like, Reggie, I understand now why you did what you did in school and you wasn't acting a fool. Because, dude, your mama can talk to you in such a sweet manner and then make you feel about as big as an ant. And she only 5 feet tall. But she will talk to you in such a nice, sweet voice and make you feel as big as an ant. And then she'll walk off and go about her day. Again, it's not what I think I know. It's what I've experienced in my life. And I know what real women look like. I know what they sound like. And that was the aggression of a woman, of a female that has been placed in a masculine role for way too long. And she's not happy with the results of her work. And now she's taking the aggression out on the results instead of looking at herself and realizing I am the problem.
You know, I'm gonna say this, Reggie. Just kind of adding on to what you and Mo are saying.
Adrian,
My mom, my mama just all she had to do was look. You know what I'm saying? It was something about that look. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know. And then, us coming up, we wanted our own anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was like the way that we were raised was like, yes, you did a good job, but you know what? Try this to do better. Always think about your own future and the things that you want to do in your life. And then when you get a certain age, I mean, some people don't do, some people don't believe this, Mo, but hell, when I got my first job at 16 years old, my mama gave me the water bill. Why? Because I need to understand that there was some responsibilities that was coming up in my future, and my mom was like, and my water better not get cut off. And so that's just the way it was with us. And so a lot of these people, they raise their children with laptops and cell phones and pads. You know what I'm saying? They don't take the time out to read with their kids. They don't take the time out to show them the different things. We used to go look at houses and stuff like that, Mo, when we were kids, to say, hey, look, giving you an idea and a perspective of this is what you need to be aiming for. And the only way you're going to get there is that you have to work hard or work smarter, in your life. And being Black people, you have to do it 2 and 3 times better. And so, I have to agree with y'all. Now, that wasn't the whole video. I stopped it at that clip or whatever. She went on to talk about the dad, about how the daddy and stuff was at work and stuff like that. But I wanted to cut the video off right there because I think it's like 4 minutes long. So I didn't want to, take it on there. But at the same time, just taking what y'all saying, that is so true. A lot of people, listen, single parents, if you're a single mom out there, I'm gonna say single mom, single dads. If the baby's father or mom is not in their life, it's okay to have the uncles around. It's okay to have mentors around that can help not fill the gap, but help try to get them to go in a certain direction. Because it take a village to raise one. And you have to understand that you are not the village. The people around you and that you have your children around are their village. And if they see sorry ass shit, they're going to do sorry ass shit. If they see someone being motivated, if they see somebody doing certain things, they'll actually have some kind of motivation. I'm like Mo. I'm sorry I missed the opening of the new library and stuff yesterday. I was trying to get over there and talk to my mom, but she's ready to go to the house. But take your children to the library. you know Teach them how to use index cards, Mo. You remember the index cards, Mo. If your system ever, if the computers and stuff at the library go down, or if the Wi-Fi is messing up or something, children should know how to be able to go and look at the books and look at the different coding on the books and find the book that they need. you
It's the
know
Dewey Decimal System, Q. That's what you're missing. I got
Gotcha. You know what? Dewey Decimal System. Thank you, Reggie. I'm so sorry, but
I
they,
knew what you was trying to. I
but
knew. I
but
got you. I got
but
you, bro.
some of these kids, Reggie, don't even know what a decimal go in dollar signs, let
So
alone knowing the Dewey.
look, I'm gonna tell you this. This is what um and these are the conversations that need to be had at a young age, because I remember doing chores for allowances to get an allowance, and I want to buy stuff. My dad set me down one day. He was like, he let me do it a couple of times where I go out and I get me some candy, I get me some toys, and I'll be happy. And I'll be happy for about 2-3 days. And then I toss it to the side. And then it's like, he set me down. He was like, dude, look here. Let's say you go buy this, right? You got just enough money to buy it. But what about if something else come out? You're gonna probably want that too. And then what you gonna do? You stuck. He's like, so think about it. Something that you want, always be able to buy 2 of them. Because if you can buy 2 of them comfortably, then you ain't got no problems. But if you can't buy 2, then you probably don't need it right now. You probably should hold on and wait. You don't need to go get it right now. Wait till you can buy 2 of them. That'll help you determine, number one, do you really want it? Do you really desire it? Or is it just one of those fleeting wishes that'll make you happy right now? Number 2, if you can buy 2 of them, then you start looking at things a little different. Like, well, I could buy, but I probably don't even really want that. I'm a pass it. But from a female perspective, the yelling, the great guys are not guys, young boys, they start their logical thinking early. The best
Mhm.
way to get through to young boys is logic in a calm tone. The yelling and screaming, they shutting down. They
Mhm.
shutting down. And while Q says it takes a village, here's the problem. Some of y'all so fucked up that you don't want nobody else knowing your business. So you don't want no village helping you because your trash stink.
Where's the bell? Does
Well,
anybody have a bell?
well, Reggie, I, you know,
Oh,
I
dang.
agree.
Look at that.
I agree
Adrian
with
saying
you.
the same thing.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Minus the profanity, but I agree with you.
I,
But you
I,
know what? It's not young men that don't. I don't like being yelled at. If someone raises their voice at me, which hasn't happened in 7 years and 3 months, if someone raises their voice at me, then I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I tune you out.
And let me tell you, yelling at a person, don't get me wrong, we done went through the yelling for, but it's so huge in the black community, unfortunately. And I'm gonna say this. Sometimes, you know, you know, parents, what one thing I noticed that my mom used to do was like, you know what, get out of my face before I say something real bad to you, and it was my warning to say, look, the only way I can effectively communicate with you is when I calm down.
Yeah.
And then,
mhm.
Yeah.
and so you can't, a lot of people are wanting to treat their kids, like the next nigga on the street when they start behaving that way. And you have to pull yourself back to say, you know what, I was in a position at that time and I need to figure out a way because this generation that I'm raising is not like we were. And so people have to take that in account, especially when you're trying to get a message over to your child. In this scenario, she did come at him kind of hard. She was like, why you sleep? Now, understandably, I understand, you want your child to do a little bit better. You want your child to do something else different. However, I think about it like this. When I was growing up, and coming up, I couldn't sleep in even on a Saturday. I had to get up. I had to go help my uncles put them lawnmowers on the back of that pickup truck, that old Ford rusty blue pickup truck, and ride around with my uncles, cut grass all day on my Saturday. Get up Sunday morning, have to go to church. When I get back home from church, my uncle's like, "You ready to go cut this grass?" Well, uncle, it's 3 o'clock. What that mean? We gonna cut grass till 9. You gonna get home, get you a bath, you going to bed, you gonna go to school in the morning, but you have a little bit of lunch money. And so it was always the grind. It was a grind that you had to have, and it also helped them educationally, because when you present a challenge to a child, whether they are too interested in it or not, they're going to do what they need to do to make sure to keep you off of them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so changing the conversation up real quick. Reggie, you and I, we were having a conversation on Thursday, which Mo missed my meeting on Thursday.
I was
But
at the library.
you was at the library.
Yes. 6
Mo,
p.m. to 9 p.m.
Mo,
I lives at the library. They got free printing. And it's color copies. So when school starts, my kids gonna have these little cute little booklets. Hmm.
mm-mm. You
I'm
know,
just
Tina said yelling at me will get you popped. It's a reflex.
okay, Tina. We remember that.
I'm
Okay.
I'm I'm
I,
telling you.
I felt threatened. It
Oh,
was self-defense. I felt threatened.
Tina said, y'all look tired as
Reggie,
hell.
Reggie. Now only you and me know what you're talking about, Reggie. Reggie. Oh. Anyway, okay. Go ahead. You said you were gonna do something, Q. You were saying something. Something. I missed the meeting on Thursday. You and Reggie were talking about something.
Yeah, we was talking about people leaving the United States.
Mm.
And so I pose a question to you guys. If y'all had the means, financial means, or if the financial means were provided to you, would you leave the United States at this time? Would you pack up your stuff and hit it? Would you do that? Of course, a lot of people are now becoming, they're becoming dual citizens in different areas of the world. I do know that the countries in Africa, and please understand that Africa is a continent. Africa is not a country. That Africa has countries. Okay,
54.
54
54.
countries. Okay,
So,
want to make sure
well,
y'all know
let's
that.
do the math. There are 54 in the continent of Africa, and then there are 13 in the Caribbean that are black governments. So you have a total of 68 governments in the world of the 207, 206, 207 countries in the world. There are 68 of them that are black countries.
All right. So Anthony Thames, you said I will leave and come back in 3 years. Okay,
No, ain't
where
no
would you
coming back.
go? Where would you go, Anthony? Adrian said me and my eye. I don't know what the eye is, Adrian, unless you're talking to yourself in the mirror. Was just talking about that yesterday. She said I most definitely would. Tina said, hell yeah, I'm ready to go now. Where would y'all go? Where would y'all go?
Tortola? Tortola?
Oh, it starts with a Baraka, but I might have the country wrong. But there's a country in Africa, right? Has the new black president.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh
um,
yeah. Yeah.
he has any foreign business that wants gold from him, you have to go through their gold board. Everything down to the ounce has to come through their gold board, and they're making money hand over fist. They made in 6 months, they made like almost $5 billion because they shut down all the other foreign entities and said, no, you have to go. All them certificates, all that stuff no longer exists. This is the way we do business now. And they got people hot. Africa is starting to take over and own its rights to its minerals. So you have to go through the government. You can't do all these backdoor deals. Now, there's also the gentleman that's so it's Barack. If I'm pronouncing this wrong, please forgive me. Starts with a B. I think it's called Barack. I could be wrong. Help me. But then there's Ghana, who's doing the same thing. You got Congo. You got South Africa. Here's the thing that people, they won't advertise in the US. All these African countries, if you are an African of African descent and you are living in another country that was colonized, you can come back to Africa, apply for citizenship, and it's done. Ain't no, you just got to fill out the documents. That is your process to become a citizen in an African country now. There's no hoopla, there's no waiting, there's no huge fees. You have to pay the processing fees, and I think they amount to about, I think the highest one is like $200.
And let's remember that the educational system in the 54 countries in Africa far exceeds the
The US.
educational system in Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, New York, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Dakota, North Dakota, Alaska, California, Wyoming, Washington State, Nevada,
Ooh, both
Nebraska,
names of mine.
Nebraska,
Idaho.
Idaho. Cause like
Now,
first grade in all of the 54 countries. I don't care if them children are standing in line for food, or if their schoolhouses have dirt floors. First grade in the 54 countries, first grade, 54 countries, they know their multiplication tables. And I'm not saying they singing no song. I'm saying you go in there and you say, what's 9 times 6? First grade. First grade. Now first grade. Now, and what's 12 times 3? What's 3 times 5? What's 25%? What does that equate to in a fraction? First grade. 54 countries in Africa.
yeah. Here's the other thing. And I know people, oh, well, if you one of the people that think African countries is dirt hut villages.
You're silly.
You probably part of the reason, and you probably part of the people that we don't want going back over.
Right.
Anthony says,
So
and this said, meanwhile, China and Russia are courting certain governments supporting at least a portion of the continent to become a united Africa. That will. This is interesting. What will become of that?
well, see, this is what people need to understand. Remember the name Gaddafi? Gaddafi was trying to do just that.
That's why they killed him. That's why
Yeah,
they killed him.
this is why Britain didn't want it, because Britain knew that their diamonds and their gold would be impacted. Because Gaddafi was like, no, we unite as a country, just like European has its own stuff. You
EU.
know, the
That's right.
US, Russia,
Mhm.
Africa, we need to have our own. They made him out to be the bad guy, and he really wasn't. What he was going to do was curtail the money of the US and Britain, and they couldn't have that. So they killed him,
Right.
and they made him look like an evil person. Here's the thing. The people that he got rid of, they tried to assassinate him first, and he caught them.
Right.
Find out the whole truth before you go judging somebody. Because here's the thing. If you try and execute the president of the US, or you try to execute the king or queen of England, what's going to happen to your ass? You're going to be executed. That's what he did. He followed y'all same rules, and y'all made him a villain. But if you do it, you good. This is the double standard. And this is all he was trying to call out. No, we're gonna have an African currency that's good in all 54 African countries, and it's gonna be based on our minerals that we own and we have the rights to, and nobody else. You can't come in here and work our people to death, and then we're not the first ones to benefit another country, and we're getting the scraps when you getting it from here. That's what he was trying to do. He just didn't have enough support. Now with social media, the truth is getting out a hell of a lot quicker, but then you also have to put in a lot of misinformation. So then this is where it's required for you to go research and find out yourself. These countries all have newspapers. These countries all have local TV shows. TV news stations. Here's the other thing. Most of them speak in English.
Yep.
You have no excuse. You have
Tina,
Wi-Fi, you have the internet. You can go and look up these countries' local news channels, and you can see what they're saying in the local news yourself.
Rotina says she would move to Ireland, Bali, Thailand, Guam, Vietnam, or some of the places she would move to.
Look here, before you think about Ireland, Thailand, they're racist.
No, Vietnam. First of all, they the blacks or the Asians. Well, the Laotians too. But yeah, you don't want to go to Vietnam, Tina, and only because of their bathrooms. And you don't want to mess with Thailand because they don't like nothing browner than a paper bag. For real. And Ireland, that's a no. That's a hard no. Cause if you ain't no soccer player, they ain't got no love for somebody who ain't got red hair and name ain't Siobhan.
Anthony says, I think Africa should at least redraw their borders to what they were prior to the scramble for Africa.
Oh, I agree, because the borders that they have now are just based on the countries that colonized them. Like the Ivory Coast is, from France and all that. I agree. I think the border should recognize their tribes. So I agree with you.
But here's the thing, and it's a process, Anthony. They have to become sovereign and not dependent on anybody else. So the steps that they're taking now in these couple of countries, these are the first steps, so they can redraw their lines to represent the tribes. But you first got to own everything first, and got to kick all the nonsense out. So this is why people are fleeing South Africa. Oh, they're genocide. No, you can't control every damn thing. So you run it away because you did people dirty, and now that you can't do anybody dirty, you worried you're gonna get done dirty the way you did somebody. So if you worried about the way black people are gonna treat you, That's just karma for the way you treated them. And you know what you would do in a position of power because you've been there. So
And
you're
you
running
Mm.
from it
yeah.
because you scared, oh, wow, the way we treated these people for so many years, now they finna do it to us. That's
Mm.
what
Yes.
you're worried about. That's called karma. And you knowing that you have been in a corrupt system that favors you. And now that system's broken, you scared. This is why Elon Musk pushing for them South Africans to come over here. He a perfect example. The South African government would not allow Starlink to operate, or still doesn't allow Starlink to operate in their borders, because if you're going to develop the technology here in our country, the country should get the first cut of the profits, period. But he want to take his money and run. So he come over to the U.S. and then he got his hand up Donald Trump's ass, making him play and dance and be his puppet.
Reggie, remember, it's not Donald Trump, it's Wig.
Oh,
That's
I
what they
know. I
call him.
forgot his new name was Taco. Sorry.
Taco. That's it. We got Wig and we
Taco.
got Taco.
Yeah.
We got
Taco.
Wig and we got
Yeah.
I'm
Taco.
not. I'm not with
Right.
y'all
Yep.
today or tomorrow. I'm not with
Yep.
y'all.
Wig or Taco.
Look, if you mad at me for what I'm saying, go look it up yourself, right? Because I'm not just spewing this information from just a random place. I'm not spewing this. I consider I may not be the most well-read person, but I do find myself researching things where other people, you watching Game of Thrones or you watching your TV shows, I'm looking and reading news articles from other countries, piecing things together. But
But,
that's just me though.
but Reggie, Adrian said it best. She said the U.S. would pass Lil Ray Ray and he can't read.
No, he can't.
Ray Ray asked, let me tell you what Ray Ray doing. Ray Ray is playing what was it? Roblox?
Roblox.
And
Now,
that is the
Ray,
most
Ray
confusing
Ray
shit.
he can't code nothing. He can't wash his butt. He can't add. But Ray Ray playing Roblox. And how is Ray Ray playing Roblox? Because his mama got him a phone. And why did his mama get a phone? Because she didn't want to be bothered.
Look here, I'm gonna tell you this. If you mad at the school passing little Ray Ray, what's the home environment of little Ray Ray? Let's start there.
Yeah.
Let's start there because, again, and this is one of them stories that I ain't gotta lie about it. I got on the AB honor roll when I got my car. I made the AB honor roll. My parents took my car for 6 weeks,
Because
and I
you
could not
gotta
play
be.
football.
Because you gotta be.
I got 3 B's.
Oh. Well, shit.
Yeah, and I got 2 B's in science classes.
You just
And
wasn't
when you
trying.
have a father that's an engineer and a mother that's an accountant, you see the problem? I didn't play football for 6 weeks. And the coaches was like, hey, here go your progress report. You made the AB honor roll. Hey, we're going to talk to your dad. Dad didn't make that call.
Look, and I'm gonna
It's
tell you,
on.
and you know, let me, and some of these parents, just to be honest, the reason why little Ray Ray can't read Mo is because he don't know what an encyclopedia is. He don't know what a dictionary is. See, when we got in trouble, see, let me tell you, don't get me wrong, we got spankings, we got some spankings, but see, what my issue was and what I did not like, because I love to read, and I love to write. And so my mama said, oh, since you love to read and write, your punishment is I need a 15-page book report with words out of the dictionary, and it better make sense.
Now, the reason Ray Ray can't read is because his mama and daddy can't.
Well, you know what, Mo?
Because he ain't reading at home. He ain't
Mo,
reading to them at home as she on her. See, Ray Ray ain't reading at home because his mama is on her device. Ray Ray ain't reading to his daddy at home because it's unknown on the birth certificate. Ray Ray ain't reading because there are no books at the house. And Ray Ray ain't reading because they don't go to the library.
and Ray Ray's real name is Raekwon, and you got his sister named Tashonda, and they got another sister named Shakalandria.
Shakalandria?
Shakalandria, baby. Reggie, you remember Shakalandria? You know, y'all children got these names that y'all made up at the last minute.
Chocolate. And that is why I call children or students or people or kids by their last name.
Mhm.
Anthony said the reason is these poor kids' parents are working 3 jobs and these kids are raising themselves.
Well, they shouldn't have had the kids at 12 and 13.
You know what? I have a
13 or
question.
14.
I got a question.
14 or 15.
I'm gonna ask my question in just a sec. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. So Mo, I'm gonna ask you this question. You're gonna probably put your phone down after this one. If Mo, oh, I can't believe I just asked this. Now you know, according to if you do your studies and your Bibles and stuff like that, y'all do know that Mary is about 13, 14 years old when she gave birth to Jesus.
And the expectancy
And
of life was 21, 22 for people. Go ahead.
but what back then was supposed to, I guess, be in the age or whatever. So and the story is told that she was immaculately incepted. I mean, she had immaculate inception or whatever.
Conception. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that one. So did the Holy Ghost rape Mary?
Look here.
You just
Let's
stupid.
start at the beginning.
You just stuck on stupid.
I
SOS.
I, I
Let's
got a
start at the
question.
beginning. No. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start at the beginning.
You just
Name in the current time, name one person that is from African, Middle Eastern descent named Mary.
I don't know nobody named no Mary from over there.
See, here's the thing, and this is where you have to use your context clues.
right.
Mary was not a real person. Mary was what the church created when they took over the history of Africa and their creation story history. They renamed Africa. And this is why I tell people, your Bible that you use, I understand the need for it. But if you're going to dive in deep like this, let's be real. The Bible is not original. The Bible is a carbon copy. The Bible, the Quran, and the Torah are carbon copies of Egyptian history. That's what they are. So before you dive in to stuff like that, you need to understand that your Bible that you're reading is plagiarism. Go to the original source. Then you will understand that Mary was not really 13 at the time that was born of this virgin. She wasn't. There's a difference between being 13 years old and then the number of moon cycles that have passed, because they took that as her age when it wasn't her age. It was how many moon cycles had passed. See, there's a difference in that age. Her real age was like 17, 18.
Wouldn't
But
that hurt
who
though?
am I? Who am I to provide this knowledge? So you need to go find it out for yourself. I give you the nuggets, but go look it up for yourself.
But wouldn't that hurt if you a virgin and you pushing out a baby? Wouldn't that hurt?
Here's the
It
thing.
hurts. If you're not a virgin, it hurts. What is wrong with you today?
Yeah, here's the thing.
I'm
Here's
asking
the thing.
asking
The
a question.
story of the story
That
of
shit sound like it
virgin
would hurt.
birth leading to a citizen or a unification of a tribe
I need to
is
stop
a
smoking.
long-standing story
I
that
need
has
to
been
stop
used
smoking.
time and time again to denote the person that is supposed to be the new leader. This is a story that's been used time and time and time again, because here's the other part that happened. It didn't just happen in Africa. This same story was used in ancient Rome. But guess where they got it from? Because all of the Roman scholars, they went to Africa to get trained. They went to Africa to learn knowledge, and they brought these stories back. So again, when you go down and you really dive into it, you realize that your Bible that you're referencing is a carbon copy of something else, and you need to go to the original source. Then things will start making sense.
We're gonna
This
get
is
put
why
out
I
of
tell people,
everybody's church.
huh?
We're gonna get put out of everybody's church.
And guess what? This is the truth. If your church is real and your church really studies, this is the key part. If your church leadership really studies their Bible, they will understand that you cannot teach a fifth grader. You cannot teach a fifth grader. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. You cannot teach a fifth grader linear algebra.
If they're in Africa, you can.
True that. But you can't teach a fifth grader linear algebra. What you have to do is break it down and mold it into a fashion that they can comprehend. You have to do that. So this is the justification of these Bibles. And then don't get me started down this path, because here's the other thing I have to ask Black people. If it wasn't for slavery, what religion would you be?
We be baiting on the Congo drums. So real
No,
quick.
you'd actually be Jewish more than likely.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not gonna say they bang on Congo drums.
This is where the Jewish people have some growing to do, and they finally recognize that the Black people in Ethiopia are actually Jewish. They're
That last lost tribe. That's right. They finally 20
and
years
here's
ago.
The thing, until you recognize, everybody talk about the end of days. Even in your own Bible, it says when the 12 tribes of Israel are united. Here's the thing. As long as you racist, ain't gonna be no unification. So end of days ain't coming. This just you reaping your bullshit. According to your Bible and your facts.
Well, listen, we've been on 57 minutes. We've been on 57 minutes. It's a pretty day in Dallas. I think Houston got some nice weather on today. Listen, everybody, reminder again on tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Oh yeah, wait a minute. Before I even do that, y'all, they just passed. I think it done went through the little channels as well, but the state of Texas will be remaining on daylight savings time. So that means that Texas will not be changing times. So when the time falls back, it'll still be the time that it is now, which means that we will fluctuate between two different time zones. So right now we're on Central Time. So when time goes back, we'll be on Eastern Time.
No,
and so they just
no.
And they have that's
no. We still remain on Central Standard Time, because it's Central Standard Time is just like Eastern Standard Time. It's not. It has nothing to do with daylight savings time.
well, it's what they said, Mo, in the article.
Well, which article you reading? You got to consider the source, honey. You
It was on
WFAA.
MSNBC.
Well, once again, consider the source. They got rid of Joy Reid.
Oh well, yeah, that's true. But that we ain't changing times no more. So that's what the point is. We don't change times no more. Listen, been on 59 minutes. We're gonna give y'all some encouraging words. We're gonna let you go by your Saturday. Mo, we're gonna start with you. It's good to see your face, Mo. We're gonna get together real soon. Give y'all a show in person for a few minutes or whatever. But Mo, it's on you. Give us some encouraging words. What you got?
Always consider the source. When somebody comes at you and saying you ain't this, you ain't that, consider the source. If somebody tells you your hair is not cute enough or you need to lose some weight, look at them, because they have a nice day.
Thank you, Mo. Consider your sources. I think that's very important that you pick up a book or use Google if you're still confused. Hendrix, what you got while you over there playing with your curtains? What you got over there?
I'm trying not to let the sunlight block me, because apparently too much sunlight is bad for the camera. But this is my best setup. So look here. If you don't wash your legs in the shower or use a washcloth or a loofah or some form to spread the soap around your body when you take a shower, if you don't believe in showering every day or multiple times a day, don't tell people they shouldn't wash their chicken or how to season food.
I saw that on your post and I hollered. I hollered. I hollered.
Oh my God.
I hollered. I said, because they got soap running down their legs and they ain't even washing their legs.
Oh, Father.
So
Mm.
women, this is what's, hey, side note, women, this is what you need to ask when you go out on a date and you ask them questions. Ask them, what's your favorite color of washcloth? And when they say they don't use a washcloth, say, check, please.
Mm-mm.
Look
Listen,
here.
everybody. Thank
Because
you.
they ain't washing their stuff. If they ain't
Look,
using no
no, here's
washcloth,
a better question, Mo. Ask them how many times do they use a washcloth? Do you use it and then you reuse it, or do you use it, let it dry, and then throw it in the hamper?
You supposed to switch it
first of all, you got a
towels every day.
washcloth for your face and then a
And you don't
washcloth for
supposed
your
to use the
body.
same towel that you use on your face. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Again,
You don't supposed to use the same
no,
towel when you wash your body. You're
Mo,
supposed to use a double for your face.
Mo,
Simple
here's
hygiene.
the thing. You getting into it, but this helps you lead into the conversation, right? You're not
Yeah.
supposed to give all the nuggets away. It's supposed to be a little seed to help them, and then you get all the answers you need. See, you know the answer, but you don't want to just
Just
But
give
we
it
got
to
to,
them.
Rich, we got to help them because if they walking around here with thrash on their face, then I mean, we got to help them. And to say, wash the bottom of your nasty feet.
yeah. Yes. Look, I'm sorry. I've
And
had females that have visited my home and used my restroom and asked, "Why do you have so many cleaning products in your shower?" They have literally asked me that.
did you
I
ask
Right.
them to
have,
leave?
I sure did.
Hey, that's right. They didn't stay. I know that's right.
You no longer. I'm gonna need you to leave.
Cause
I
if
need you
you
to leave.
asking that, that means you ain't gotten enough in yours. Woo!
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
If I
I
had to
even
get,
had chicks that came over and said, "Does anybody live here? Do you
What you mean,
really
does anybody
live
live
here?"
here?
Because my home wasn't a mess. My home was neat and tidy. They said it looked like one chick said it looked like a model home where everything was neat and in place.
Well, at least you knew what a model home was.
And I'm just like, this is the way I live. I'm sorry if this bothers you, but my common areas will now, I'll be honest. You go in my closet. Well, one of my closets is really organized. The other one here, not so much. But everybody got their spot. Some
Right.
people it's the laundry room that ain't all the way together. Everybody got their little spot, but for the most part, my home is together, and I like to keep it that way, especially the common areas where everybody gonna be. Oh yes, that's neat and tidy.
when people are sloppy, it's a representation of how they feel about their lives.
Depression. Yep.
Yeah, procrastination, depression, all kind of stuff. Look, we thank y'all so much for watching the show. We've been on hour 4. If I had to give you any encouraging words on today, I'm gonna stick to what I said on last week when I did Stupid is Real. I'm sorry they let me loose. They let me loose last Saturday by myself. I had a blast because I said what the hell I wanted to say. But I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna stick to what I said last week. Do me a favor. Watch out for people that you have in your life that is willing to erase or take anything that you've worked hard for when they don't have anything to lose themselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because when they don't have shit to lose, they don't mind helping you lose yours.
That's right.
Right.
So be careful who you let in your orbit. Be careful. It's all right to ask these questions like Mo. I'm gonna have Mo write some questions and say, what should I ask on my first date? And have Mo just post them because she gonna
She
get us
did
put off
that,
on
but
some.
they didn't listen. Mo gave us 20 questions you should ask on the first date, and they don't listen. We've done that. Again,
Yeah.
we not helping you. So I had to watch my language. We're not helping you people that are not willing to help yourself find love because you don't even love yourself. And you gotta
That's
love
right.
yourself first.
Yeah.
You
Don't
So
got
waste
if
your
to love
you
time.
want
yourself
to find
first.
Right.
somebody to love, make sure you love yourself first. That is the
Mhm.
beginning of the journey.
Talking
There
about
you go.
what's your favorite color? Green. Money green. How about that? Get out my face.
There you
Okay.
go. There you go. We're gonna bid y'all a good day. Yeah, and like I said, y'all find something productive to do today. Enjoy your weekend. And we're gonna catch y'all on the flip side on next Saturday. I don't know what the show gonna be about, but we'll just see you then. We'll talk to y'all in a minute. Peace out.